We actually have some data now about, well, we had this question: will Hurricane Sandy and the political implications that invariably follow it have any effect on the election? We know that this is an opportunity for President Obama to be in the news in a non-political but still presidential way, and it's a time where Mitt Romney is going to have trouble getting himself into the news. There's a new Washington Post ABC tracking poll which is giving us some numbers, and 77% of those surveyed, presumably representative of the entire country, if you believe that this poll was done in a way that makes sense, 77% say President Obama handled Hurricane Sandy very, very well. Now, Mitt Romney was not really in a position to handle Hurricane Sandy per se, but he did try to kind of inject himself into it by holding this fundraiser, this storm relief event. Even though it was really a planned rally, he just changed the name of it to be a storm relief event, collecting supplies against the Red Cross's own indications that supplies are not what they want, but cash is what they want. And then actually it turned out that the Mitt Romney campaign bought a lot of those supplies that were then donated to themselves, just in case people didn't actually show up with donations. So Romney did kind of inject himself into it, and people didn't like it. 44% thinking that Mitt Romney did well surrounding Hurricane Sandy. I mean, certainly I don't know if the approve of the job he did phraseology is the one that was used, because it doesn't really make sense. But people saying that Romney not doing so well. So could this have an effect? It really could. I mean, it's one of those this is one of those intangibles where you can't control the weather unless you think that either God is sending weather events for specific reasons and you can pray to make him do that, or that Democrats control the weather. Putting all of those conspiracy theories aside, you can't really control the weather. And this is something where now the last image, the last thought a lot of people may have, so-called undecideds, probably more people who were unsure if they would vote at all, right? They might say, well, Obama did really well, and I saw him with that Republican governor, and I think I'm going to vote for Obama. I think that there could be some marginal positive effect here.
Definitely. There could be a positive effect for Obama just by doing his presidential duty, of course. And Romney, what he was doing was strictly for political gain. Of course, had Obama been doing any of this type of thing strictly for political gain, he probably would have gone to a swing state.
Right.
So clearly, I think Obama has the advantage here.
You know what this made me think of? Because this type of national weather events and disasters of all kinds, terrorism events, they bring people together. They bring the country together. People tend to rally around the president, whoever it is, regardless of party. We saw that happen in 2001, didn't we, with George W. Bush? I mean, after George W. Bush gave that speech at Ground Zero after 9/11, he had something like high 80s approval. Now, of course, he went completely off the deep end with his policy in pursuit of war that made no sense based on false pretenses and so on and so forth, destroyed the economy, and ended up somehow getting reelected via 30,000 vote margin in Ohio, even with a sub 50% approval rating, if I remember correctly, or around 50%. But that being said, maybe President Obama will actually be able to push this into some kind of positive sentiment on Tuesday. I don't know. Regardless of its effect, I would rather the hurricane have not happened, regardless of whether it's good or bad for any politician. However, I think it's illogical for us to simply ignore the effect that it might have.
Right. Yeah. It happened, so we can talk about what happened as a result of that.